Hey guys, Phobos Gaming here. Today I'm playing on Nuked, showing you guys the optimized build for the sharpshooter, who is the glass cannon and sniper of Killing Floor 2. However guys, he is not the only glass cannon, there are 3 others. This one is a single target glass cannon and does not have a large amount of penetration, so he's largely considered a single target. His perks are much straightforward than the others. You don't tend to really alternate side to side unless you don't have anybody to block for you. If you have anybody to block for you, you probably will look like this. All the left side, sniper, stability, rack 'em up, dead eye, and Z time. Sniper increases your damage by 25% while stationary and using perk weapons. Stability increases your damage by 30%, your movement speed by 50%, and your reload speed by 20% while crouching and using a perk weapon. Rack 'em up. Each consecutive headshot with a perk weapon increases damage by 10% up to a maximum of 50%. This includes the 9mm gun you start with. Deadeye reduces recoil by 10% and increases headshot damage by 10% when using iron sights with a perk weapon. Finally, the Z time perk is called Assassin. Any headshots with perk weapons have a 5% chance to trigger Z time. During Z time, increase headshot damage by 35%. These go really well with the freeze grenade, which quickly allows you to rack up headshots and kill your enemies. Now all of these work with the 9mm handgun, which allows you to put out even more damage than any other class is capable of with it. However, there is an alternate build that is usually suggested if you don't have anybody to block for you, such as a berserker, a tank-based support who is running the correct perks, or a field medic to keep you alive while you're stationary. You want to run tactical reload and always prepared if you don't have any of those. Tactical reload, like all other tactical reload perks, increases your reload speed with perk weapons. Always prepared increases the ammo carried for perk weapons and grenades by 25%. This allows you to quickly put out more bullets and have more bullets to put out, which can allow you to spray and get yourself out of very tight situations, such as being surrounded by clots or gore fast or just about anything else. However guys, I won't be showing you that particular build, as it's essentially the exact same thing as this one, you just tend to move a bit more. Without further ado, let's get started. These guns do have incredible penetration for headshots and headshots only. Due to the way you have your perks, even as it drastically loses damage, it still has a lot of damage to deal to the smaller Zeds.
Things are about to get interesting!
Solid start, but many Zeds remain. Last one's off, so I can do the trader part for you.
Oh, yeah!
Now, you should keep in mind that while playing by yourself on any difficulty, the game is considerably easier as the Zeds scale to the amount of people in the room,
Glad to see you made it through.
so that these large Zeds that I'm going to come across later and show you how to use the freeze grenade and the perk weapon of choice for this build, they will take significantly less damage to kill them. While as opposed to other difficulties and more players, they will take more.
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Now, during the very first round, you will likely get at least 550.
We're almost out of time.
So you
Make your
want to
choices.
sell your Winchester and immediately pick up the Centrifuger, which is a direct upgrade and by that I mean it does more damage, it has a better scope, And outside of that, it's just the same weapon. It's even lever action, just like the Winchester.
Time's almost up. Vite.
This gun can, while stationary and crouch, can kill just about any of those small Zeds with one shot to the body. However, husks, bloats, and sirens are a different matter. As are gore fiends, I had forgotten about them.
A decent beginning. Let's call that your warm-up.
Great depth loading! There's something here! Watch out!
As you can see, even with the increased fire damage from being stationary, even if you shoot through a Zed, it really doesn't do a whole lot to them. The only ones that this works on are the crawlers that pretty much take one bullet from any gun to kill if you hit them in the head. And you can kill roughly 3 of them with this gun before the gun loses its potency and just kind of pushes the back one a little ways back. However, don't get me wrong, this can be great for keeping them off of you for a split second longer.
When you're done, I can reopen the treasure pod. That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
This round, I should get to show you guys the Scrake and Flesh Pound kills, which are relatively simple. However, you want to make sure that you have the M14 EBR on you. So this will be around round 5 to 6 on long, and roughly 4 to 5 on medium. You want to make sure you have the EBR, your armor, and your freeze grenades. If you do not have your freeze grenades, these guys become much more difficult to kill and a lot more dangerous to kill with this build. Sometimes with the Flesh Pounds, it may be necessary if they are chasing you to let them hit you so that they will derage, as you cannot freeze them while they are raging. Scrakes, on the other hand, who run when they're shot, can still be frozen. It's set that you have to throw it ahead of them just a hair. As you can see, the little red dot for my gun will immediately center on the enemy's head, which will allow you to headshot them easily without actually having to zoom in. However, it does not center on the stalkers, who are invisible.
Start. Now finish the job. Allez. Batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pods.
We have our first Flesh Pound. We're going to freeze them, and then just like that, you'll kill them. Drop to your knees. There you go. Now, do keep in mind, the difficulties scale the enemies up, and so do the number of players in the lobby. So again, these guys will take a lot more rounds to drop in public games.
Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked. You're staying in one piece. That's great. Keep it up.
Ammo here.
glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything.
Once you have the money, you want to make sure that you pick the centerfire back up. It is going to become your off weapon, even though you have the 9mm pistol. You can switch to the centerfire quickly and use it to take out smaller Zeds if you like, or you can continue to use the EVR, but I caution you to make sure that you have at least 3 mags available for the larger Zeds that will spawn.
I'm about to shut the pod.
However, this gun does deal more damage than the EVR and can drop them in 10 shots. However, the 10 shots are a little bit slower, and you may end up having to shoot at them after they have thawed. Again, that is incredibly dangerous to do with this build.
I see something.
Didn't sell numbers, but there are plenty left.
Well, aren't we lucky we got 2 flesh bounds to do the same drill again. So for those of you who may have looked away, you get the chance to see it again in this same game. You can see that too now. And then they're gone. Just that easy.
Picking them off.
Yeah. When you're done, I can reopen the trader pod. Then wisely, you've got a real fight ahead. You're a real survivor. Good for you.
Alright, finally we're to the boss round. You can switch out for the railgun, however, I would suggest against it, as it is incredibly difficult to get the 5 times multiplier with the railgun due to its slow reload speed.
Now spend it.
Now, if you get the Patriarch, he's a little more difficult to deal with because his head is harder to hit, as he really doesn't have a head or neck. It's more of just kind of this fleshy, bulbous weirdness that he has. However, Dr. Volter has 3 weak spots that you can hit. However, his head happens to be one of them, and that is great. He likes to stop and drain people of their life to heal himself. And during that amount of time, you can break his shield very quickly with the M14 EVR or the centerfire if you're out of ammo.
Time's up.
Just be sure that you're stationary and you're crouched while using iron sights. Lucky us, we got Mr. Volter. However, I will not be able to show this to you as he'll be trying to drain me of my blood.
Die now. I scared you.
Worst
Don't
nose
hide.
bleed ever. Feel a friendly.
Smashing you is
Well,
not enough.
look at that. I actually did get to show you.
Now you shrine can face new attacks.
I have now dropped 2 of his health bars on this particular game. However, again, these guys become much harder with more people in the game. However, playing on your own, these guys are incredibly easy to take down if you use this build.
But I have for you next, piggy.
Game over. I do hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you like.